Okie dokie, let's go jump to rank games with a random character and see what we're going to get today. And it looks like we are playing the Ranger. We do start off with a Viney basket, which means lots of heals and lots of sales in round 1 and round 10. We also start off with a fanfare. But a spear on sale we're going to be taking with a banana. Frying pan could be kind of nice too. Maybe you don't exactly want a fanfare. I'm also looking at the stone badge because this will give us monies every single round. But we'll never ever see any of the ranger specific items. And the stone badge is kind of dicey on the ranger if I'm going to be honest, because I do want to be finding crits, acorn collars, any class specific items. The ranger is really awesome for it. I really do like the ranger's class specific items. And especially in round 1 we're going to get tons of sales. So buying a full price item, maybe not that great. I'm still going to take it out. I'm going to be crazy. Going to be looking for some gemstones, maybe some flames. I'm going to roll. Again, no items on sale is kind of insane. Do we sell our fanfare? I'm going to. I'm going to take a wooden sword and I'm going to craft up a torch. Now I'm very tempted to take this shiny shell, but I'm going to roll to try and get another item on sale. And not a single item. Well, we did get a whetstone and a walrus tusk, but I'm not going to be too pushy about taking them. I'm going to save our 1 golds. Probably the one time we should be rolling, if I'm going to be honest. But our starting weapon is going to be a lot of damage. Defense is going to be a tiny bit of block and some heals. So we should be able to win out. Not bad. Spear is going to be crazy damage from the beginning. And stones is all I want with some regen. Because I couldn't end up going for stone golem today. That's all I really do want. Piggy bank for extra monies could be kind of nice. But let's roll once more. We want to grab ourselves another burning coal. You know what? Maybe. Gonna waste 1 more gold rolling. I do want to grab our storage. And let's move on once again. So we should be able to shred a little bit of armor. With our spear, we got a lot more nature items, which means we get more healing amplification, but our healing is going to be banana with 2 regen, so not a whole lot of heals, if we're going to be honest. But still, it means our banana does go from 4 heals to probably about 5, so maybe not too much of a difference. Now, I'm looking at stoned. We do got a lot of stones, and I want to go for stone golem. Investment opportunity is also going to be fantastic too, because I'm going to be maybe going for a magic torch. Holy spear could be kind of awesome as well. We'll use up a lot of buffs to get tons of max life. But I'm going to take stone today. Going to take stone, we're going to grab our storage. Let's take our health bot so we can go for that magic torch. Well, let's keep rolling. Second spear. We could go for multiple holy spears, and I kind of want to actually. But I'm also looking at this regen, and I kind of want to grab that too. Might not take the spear then just yet. I might grab a bit of storage. And yeah, I'm going to be moving on with this. So I'm just going to be looking to maybe grab 1 more stone. We could try to go for double stone golems with stone. That could be huge win con for us too. But are we going to be able to take on this frying pan? They're going to be way too greedy with piggy banks. If they had piggy pinata, they would be having a field day with the explosions of piggy banks. However, we do manage to beat out their greediness. And that is a pair of gloves, which is tempting, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be taking them. Going to roll. Turn up on the other hand. Do we want to take that? Some spike generation. Maybe awesome. Do we want to save our 3 golds to try and grab ourselves a set of blueberries in the next rounds? Do we want to take this fanny pack for our 3 golds for a little bit of extra storage, speeding up maybe our torch as well? That's going to be a lot of freaking stamina used up, is it not? Shouldn't be too bad. It shouldn't be too bad. We should be able to get more damage. 0.7, 0.7 with our banana. Our stamina shouldn't be too bad. But opponents has dealt a lot of damage to us. Also going to be flicking those debuffs, which is going to be kind of scary because it's going to be that cold. But it's not looking too bad for us. After dealing our damage, we inflict a tiny bit of poison ourselves. And smashing. Definitely smashing. Keeping our lives going is exactly what it wants. Now it really wants to give us multiple spears. And I'd love to take it. It also wants to give us an unidentified ammo. I'm going to say I'm going to take it this time around. Ammo of Fortune, maybe not the best. But we'll take it. 7 blueberries, which means we're going to get a magic torch online. More regen. We could grab a bird. We could go for Critwood Staff. I kind of want to grab you. Bird, on the other hand, I'm not sure if I do want to grab. But I do kind of want to grab her staff. So once we get a magic torch, once we get a mana orb, we can go for that Critwood Staff, which means we're going to need to sell our stone badge soon enough. But I'm still going to hold on until we get 1 more stone at least. Because I really do want to go for this stone golem. But since we got so much lives, I'm going to take that broom in case that we can get our staff. Our opponent does have Turbo Shelly. They're going to be full heals. They got tons of buffs. This is probably where we're going to lose our first round. which is not ideal, but it is what it is. I mean, we could have positioned this bag a little bit better so we could destroy more armor. And unfortunately, we do end up losing it. That is a Pestilence Flask, which we could go for a Poison Spear if you want to. I'm not sure if we do. Let's take a regen. Let's take our broom. Let's roll. And we do got an extra stone. So maybe don't want our stone badge anymore. We could try to go for double stone golem, but I think we're going to sell it. We're going to sell it. You're also not an age item, so we probably do need to move you out. We could grab ourselves a second spear. I mean, multiple holy spears would be kind of insane. But I'm not going to take it. Bag stone's exactly what I'm looking for. We're going to move this down slightly. We're not going to be able to shred armor with our spear, but it is what it is. Getting a bit of extra damage from our bag stones is going to be really, really awesome. Next thing is, do we want to grab ourselves a carrot? You know, I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it, but we're not going to place it in just yet. We have no luck, so it's not going to matter too much. It does cleanse debuffs. Maybe that will matter. We could be in trouble because our opponent is going to have lots and lots of vampirism. They're going to have lots of heals, strong health pods. They're going to get vampirism. They're going to overheal like crazy. And this Arm of the Darkness is probably going to seal the deal for him. It's just going to add 7 damage to their weapons, which is kind of insane. Now we are keeping up with him, which is going to be awesome. We do got lots and lots of regen. They are going to be trying to remove a little bit with the chipped amethyst. And yeah, that's just going to seal the deal for our opponent. This extra bit of damage with the vampirism is just too much for us to handle right now. Not ideal. So we are slowly getting whittled down. But that's our stone golem. That's literally our stone golem. It's also a rainbow badge, which I don't necessarily really have too much of an interest in. But we should be able to activate our Heart Container, give us some power. We've no mana generation, so Magic Torch isn't going to be that great for us. And we can't really add in our big old banana for now. So I think I'm still going to rock on with this. We did move a lot of our nature items outside our Vine basket, but getting ourselves our stone golem. Just looking at this turnip, do we want to grab it? Possibly, possibly not. I'm going to move on once again. And we're going to get a stone golem online. We do start off 6 regen. We just need one of these to pop off. And we get our Hack It Down online. Give us 100 more max life. And 2 power. Increasing the damage on our stones as well as our weapons. So this is looking much better for us. Our opponent is going to be scaling up a lot of damage, a lot of spikes. We could still be in trouble. Lots of max life. And honestly, we might still lose this one out. Because they got crazy in power. They have a pretty darn nuts setup while we're still on our way. And unfortunately, yeah, we do manage to lose out still. Not ideal, but we're going to get a stone golem online, which is going to be fantastic. So what should we go for? The Bowl of Streets is right here, so we can activate our stone golem multiple times. We go take Yggdrasil's Leaf, so we start off with a bunch of mana. We get our regen. All looking fantastic. I kind of lean in towards Yggdrasil's Leaf right now. We've no luck, so Meg Clover's not going to be that great for us. Piercing Arrow, we've no crits, so it's not going to be that great for us. And Poison Ivy, we don't really inflict too much spikes. So it's between both of these. And I think I'm going to take Yggdrasil's Leaf. I'm going to take our storage, and I'm going to take even more storage right now. But I'm going to roll. I'm going to take whatever stones we can get. I'm looking at Impractical Greatsword, and I'm thinking, why the hell are we not taking this? Well, we're definitely taking our stone. We're going to take our stone, so we should be able to fill out our Yggdrasil's Leaf really awesomely. Do we want to go for Impractical Greatsword? It will take us time to scale up our power, if we're going to be honest, because we do activate our stone golem, but then you're going to need to, at least, if we're super lucky, at least hit 5 times to get that in power. I think I'd rather get ourselves a Critwood Staff into a Holy Spear. Give our stone golem big crits. Am I crazy for it? Maybe. Let's make sure we take this bit of storage and let's venture on once again. So we should be able to shred armor. We get a stone golem to deal massive damage. We get block. We should be able to increase our stun chance. And we get our block from the get-go. We get mana so we can scale up damage on both our stone golem along with our spear. We should be able to shred armor like it doesn't exist. We stun, we shred armor, we scale up damage, and we cleanse debuffs with our Yggdrasil's Leaf if we use up a lot of mana. So far it's not looking too bad. We also have some scaling damage too. Now another bag stones. Hell yeah. Also, this could be stoned or Amethyst of Steel. It's Amethyst of Energy, which means we're going to be refunding a lot of freaking regen. And that's Critwood Staff. That's literally everything I've dreamed of and more. I really want to bite this round, but we can't really afford to take it. Do we sell our Magic Torch for it? Am I willing to throw it around for it? We don't necessarily really want Magic Torch if I do craft up a Magic Staff. Am I right? I'm going to sell it as mad as it is. And I'm going to change our setup to be more like this, which isn't the most ideal. but I'm going to be happy once we get a Critwood Staff. And getting that round earlier is going to be fantastic. It just means we're going to get guaranteed big old crits, which is going to be phenomenal. Also, Amulet of Energy should have been targeting our Stone Golem, so it gets a big hit off the rip faster. We don't get as much killing damage this time around, since we don't have a magic torch. And it's not looking like we're getting too much power stacking. Now with 2 bags of stones, our Stone Golem is going to be dealing a lot more damage, but that's a lot of heals on our opponent's side, which could be troublesome. They also got a Spike Shield, which is going to be stacking up the spikes. Shelly to heal up like crazy, but we're starting to get our power stacked up. Stamina wise though, the shield is going to eat up every single bit of stamina we do have. We also don't shred armor since we got our spear too. So a lot of vampires in this Hunger Blade could be dealing a lot of damage. However, it's looking like we're going to get a big man with bomb. Although that's massive damage, and the sheer amount of heals our opponent is going to have, he's going to outpace us unfortunately. There's way too much heals for us, and we should be able to get our magic staff online. Now I'm looking at our options. Do we go for Fortuna's Kiss to increase our stun chance and power gains? I mean, it goes from a 30% to 39%. With a little bit of extra from our Amber Fortune, we could try to stun for a little bit longer but get 5 heats. Especially with our King's Crown, I'm kind of leaning towards time melting right now. If we get our Holy Spear online. By the Holy Knight will speed up our Holy Spear and also helps us find holy items. Which honestly, heart containers, more regen, I convinced myself we're taking it. We're taking it. Let's go ahead and grab this too. We roll again. We grab way more storage. We keep going. Not the holy items I'm looking for. Also, we need this for our Stone Golem. Well, let's take some mana. But it's looking a lot better for us. Definitely so. We're going to keep moving on with this. We should be able to get our crits. We don't really have any luck, so crits is not going to matter too much for us. We just need a Critwood Staff so we guarantee deal massive damage from the get-go. We do start off with a lot more regen, so grabbing ourselves a heart container is going to be awesome for us. So we get more max life, we get more power. And smashing. Much better. We get a Critwood Staff, which is going to be awesome. And then we got guaranteed that we hit with our Critwood Staff first, so we're going to move our Amulet of Energy in this position. We're going to take another bag of stones. We're going to take this bit of storage with an extra stone. We roll again. That is a Goobert if you want that. If you want to go for Gooberts, maybe not. Also looking at the Eye Lamp for some skilling damage. Well, let's just go ahead and take this. Eye Lamp is going to be holy item, so it will move faster. Prismatic Orb gives us a bunch more mana. But that's our heart container. Also, maybe we move away from our Holy Spear. Seeing that we got Impractical Greatsword on the cell, we can start off with a bunch of Empower. I'm going to be leaning more towards that if I'm going to be completely honest. But this is going to be our next round. This is definitely going to be our next rounds. We should be able to shred armor again. We should be able to get some awesomeness in the next rounds. And we should be able to guarantee that we do massive damage with the crits. The only thing is, if we start off with Empower, that's going to be even better for us. Crazy block, deal massive damage, and shred their armor. Although they're going to get lots of heals, we could end up losing up because we are eventually going to run out of mana. We don't really have any mana generation, which means our crits are not going to be as... well, we're not going to really get crits by the time we stack up our power. So it's not looking too great for us. Although, what am I talking about? Hell yeah, it is. We do manage to beat him out. Now, let's take you. Let's also grab this. Come on, beat Amethyst Steel. Amethyst Steel, we win. Amethyst Darkness, actually not bad because we're going to be inflicting debuffs. We're going to be dealing lots of damage. And are we selling our Holy Spear right now? Well, it's not really a Holy Spear just yet. But it makes sense to. It makes sense to, but I also really want to hold on to it because I do want to grab our heart container. I'm also tempted to sell this, even though our Stone Golem is going to be dealing massive damage, because we genuinely need our Empower. But a Holy Spear is going to go nuts for us. I'm going to sell it though. I'm going to sell it and we're going to go for a heart container, which should mean we should be able to get our Stone Golem online, and we should be able to get enough regen to activate our second heart container. We should be able to get our big old crits, and we do need to craft up this into a Heart of Darkness. But let's get moving once again. Let's see if it's going to be good enough. We need to put in more of these heart containers so we can get more power off the get-go. We get tons of block, we get 2 power, and we get our crits from the get-go too. The only thing is, we do need our Stone Golem to stack up our power so we can get this going super fast. And we managed to get online and should be doing massive damage right now. 100 DPS, hell yeah. Not bad. Definitely not bad. Now come on, he's given us multiple chances at Amethyst to steal. We got this. We hit the jackpot. We literally won the game. That's going to give us our power. 150 block, which means roughly around 4 in power. So between our heart container and this, we should be able to get enough in power to be able to get this online extremely fast. We roll again though, another bag of stones. We will lose our chance to stun, but it's just going to be more damage on our guy. I'm also going to take a tiny bit of luck, just increasing our accuracy just a tiny bit. And we still have Armored Fortune then as well. I mean, the only reason to keep it is to put it onto our Stone Golem, which we're not going to be prioritizing too much from here from there. So yeah, I'm thinking, unfortunately, I might sell Armored Fortune. As much as I'd love to keep it, Armored Steel is going to be much, much better for us. Hell yeah. Let's also take this too. Speeding up our heart container just a little bit, which doesn't make too much sense for us. If we're going to be honest, we're going to roll again. That's a second Impractical large Greatsword. We could go double and go for big explosion. The Long Crown will give us invulnerability from the beginning. If we had a Holy Spear, we could be speeding up our weapons. But since we sold our spears, I might not want to take it. Stone Skip on the other hand, especially with Armored Steel, I think we're going to lock that in because it gives us more power off the rip. We deal massive, massive damage off the rip. We are facing a Potion Explosion type build. I'm glad they don't have this crafted up just yet. We got a 5 in power, which means our Impractical large Greatsword is going to be online and deal crazy damage. So our build right now is looking genuinely awesome. Let's take this little bit of storage so we can go ahead and grab this too. And I want to keep our stones for the time being. Do we just prioritize grabbing a bunch of storage this time around? I think we actually do. Second set of blueberries I kind of want to grab just so we can have at least a little bit more mana generation. And we'll see how we face this Bloodthorn Berserker with the Deer Guardian. It shouldn't be too much of a problem for us. We're dealing massive damage and they didn't even get the chance to get into battle rage. Which they don't have to start the back. Which is kind of crazy. Now in terms of DPS, I'm pretty sure we have an insane DPS. 100 DPS, well 95 actually, to be exact. Being a Impractical large Greatsword, Critwood Staff, Stone Golem, all putting in some crazy work for us. In terms of heals, not a whole lot of heals. 100 max life gains, and in terms of block, 260 block. So I do think we can actually make this a lot crazier. So I'm going to be guaranteeing that I'm going to be moving on. That's going to be a Heart to Darkness, which will reduce opponent's healing at the same time. Magic Badge. He's going to be insane. Because it's going to be more mana for us. 5 mana off the rip. It's also going to have a chance to duplicate the mana from this too. Which is kind of nuts. I'm going to continue to roll though. Second Heart Container. Okay, the Cat Spirit Companion. Which will give us more power. Gives us 25% crits. Actually, maybe not that good. It does use up our mana to give us luck and empower. But we don't necessarily need the crits. I think I'd rather grab more Heart Containers because that will give us a bunch of max life. And we might want to grab this potion belt. Am I crazy for not taking a Cat Spirit Companion? Maybe. Am I crazy for not taking more Prismatic Orbs? Also maybe. But I just want block. I want more Heart Containers. I want more power off the rip. Grabbing Heart to Darkness is going to be smashing for us. We do manage to beat out that Ranger, no problem whatsoever. But you're going to be 4 in power off the rip. Let's take a Heart Container. Let's take the storage too. Let's add this in as well. Now you are not going to speed up our Heart to Darkness anymore, which is not ideal. We should also have this down below. That makes a lot more sense. So when you deal damage, we get a more block. Yeah, I'm a little bit stupid in terms of that. Let's roll again though. Now Cupcake is not an H item, but it can stack up in power, making me want to take it really, really badly. It is extremely slow, but being on sale, I might as well grab it. We could take the ones, prismatic ones with Yggdrasil Leaf is fantastic too. I'm just trying to figure out the best position for an Yggdrasil Leaf because right now you do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which is going to be 7 in region, with another 2, 4, 6, 8, so 15, 16 region. You're going to refund some with our Amulet of Energy. So I'm thinking we probably should be able to activate all our Heart Containers. But I'm going to roll again. Going to keep rolling. That's exactly what I'm looking for. We'll take another Undead Fat Amulet just in case it's going to be more Amulet Steel. But we'll see if we're going to proc our Heart Containers. We only get 1 online, which is not ideal. We do end up with 3 regen. We get our Stone Golem. We get our Empower. And that's exactly what we want to be prioritizing. Stone Golem, Heart to Darkness, into Heart Container. We do manage to get it online. We got tons of max life, but that's a crazy absurd amount of blind on us. And this is where we could actually lose. Because we have no accuracy. If we can't hit, we can't deal damage, which means we can't get our block. And unfortunately, this is one build that literally absolutely insanely destroys us. But it is what it is. As long as we don't face the second one. Come on, Amulet Steel. Okay, Amulet Wilds. I would love to target our friendly neighborhood Stone Golem. Maybe move this away from our stone golem then. So that solves a lot of our problems. Owl will give us mana, it uses up mana, and we can duplicate a lot of buffs, which is going to be relatively awesome. It will also activate Yggdrasil Leaf, cleansing those debuffs. We could get Empower duplicated from a Heart to Darkness. I still don't think I'm going to take it. Use our Reason to give us spikes, don't necessarily want that either, so I'm going to keep rolling. And Dark Frenzy, maybe not that great for us, because we don't want to be inflicting blind on ourselves. Another Prismatic Orb to get even more mana generation could be kind of nice. Maybe we should be taking helmets if we're going to be honest. So we take a lot less damage from the rib, but at the same time we want to be going fast. So having damage reduction when we want to be just destroying our opponents, maybe not ideal either. So having it this way, we actually get a little bit more mana and regen from our Yggdrasil Leaf, which is actually kind of nice. We had to move this stone over here, which isn't going to be too bad for us. And I think this is going to be kind of nice because we can activate our Stone Golem again at 5 seconds, which is going to be nice. And the Darkness, maybe not in the most ideal positioning, but we still should be able to get our Critwood Staff online really, really fast. I'm still going to roll though. Still going to roll, don't want any of these items, let's waste our gold. And we probably do need to grab this tiny bit of block. But let's see if this is going to be good enough to win out this next round.
Okay.
Are we going to be able to win out? We probably should have switched this to this side because we will be speeding this up. We still don't get our second heart container online until a little bit later. We are facing a King Goobert with invulnerability and more debuffs with the corrupted armor. But once the invulnerability is ended, we deal insane damage. 20 in power is kind of nuts. But the invulnerability might actually get us out. With the sheer amount of blinds. Holy moly. They managed to beat us out again. They had infinite in power. Or infinite. They had infinite freaking invulnerability. So we actually managed to lose another round. Which I honestly didn't expect to be losing so much. Invulnerability, blind stacking, all pretty bad for us. I'm also going to move you over slightly so we can take another stone. Take another stone, we roll again. More prismatic orbs. Use our mana to gain regen. Let's take another set of blueberries. Let's keep rolling. And let's switch this to this side so you move a little bit faster. But let's keep rolling. Let's go ahead and take this. Come on, Amber Steel. Okay, another Amber Wilds. Which is wild. Maybe take out our stones so we can have a multi-hitting stone golem. We lose a little bit of damage, but that should be okay. And this is going to be final builds. Are we going to be able to win out or are we going to lose once again? Honestly, those last two runs, I didn't actually really expect to lose, if I'm going to be completely honest. We've got one life left. But let's see if it's going to be good enough. We are facing a Harald the Hateful Hat with a super fast Null Blade, which is going to be removing a lot of our buffs. So we need to deal our big damage quickly. Because if they get rid of our power, we're going to be in a tough spot. They get invulnerability. Holy moly, the invulnerability on everyone has been really rough. Being counter to us completely. Because we only have a finite amount of mana. We don't really generate up too much mana, but we're starting to deal crazy damage. And this is actually looking much, much better than the last rounds. And hell yeah, not even close. Invulnerability, our biggest downfall. Blind, also our biggest downfall. So in terms of DPS, we managed about 100 DPS in total. 99, Practical Greatsword, Stone Golem, Critwood Staff, all fantastic. The problem is we're more of a burst build than anything. So if our opponent has invulnerability, managed to get 20 heals per second with 20 or 140 max life gains, and in terms of block, we managed to get about 440 block, being our Stone Golem all dealing damage. Definitely super fun build. We did only survive one life left. Let's go and see just how much rank points we managed to get. +7, our rank is up to 89. Almost back up to Masters once again. But I'm going to have to leave you here for now. Just want to say thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribing. And I hope you keep looking for the next one. I'll see you next time. Okay, let's see if we can do our build some justice in some round 18 fights. We do start off with 8 in power, which our Practical Greatsword is going to deal massive damage. Our opponent is going to be flicking a little bit of cold on us. But as long as they don't have any ways to stop us from dealing damage, we're going to smash out. And we're going to be able to deal with a flame up. They're going to have damage reduction with the wolf badge. They're going to be trying to heal up with their shellies. But we're not going to give them time to scale up their damage or their heat. And can we deal with a staff on healing, Falcon Blade into Cheese Goobers? This is kind of a crazy looking build, for sure. They're going to be stacking up max life. They're going to be life stealing for days. And it's not going to be close.